Hello Gemini, Sun, Moon, Rising, Venus and cross watchers. This is your monthly April love prediction reading. We're going to get the main themes out for the month. Of course, only take what resonates. Don't let anything take from you. This is still a collective reading. And remember that time is fluid and we all have free will. We can't control other people, okay? And I want to thank you in advance for the energy exchange that you're putting into this video with the likes, shares, comments, and subscribing. Okay. We have Moon, feelings, and Mercury in communication. So it's expressing yourself adequately in the month of April. That is a main theme here, Gemini, okay? Expressing how you deeply feel about something. You could be going to therapy. It could be couples therapy if you're in a relationship. It could be journaling. It could be expressing yourself to someone very clearly and saying, look, this is what I want from you. This is what I see for us. There is a sense of like digesting your feelings as well. So getting to terms with how you feel doesn't always have to mean expressing them to someone else. It could just be expressing it to yourself in a truthful manner, being honest with yourself, coming from like a place of, I mean, there's very feminine Cancer, Pisces energy with the moon and feelings. And then a lot of air energy with the Mercury and communication. It's like, no longer am I over analyzing how I see situations. I'm going off like gut instinct, okay? I'm going off like digesting my feelings and then speaking my truth, okay? But you could also be like meeting someone who comes across as a muse in some way, shape or form, because we're talking about, it feels very arty, it feels very inspired communication. So maybe you're writing poetry to express your feelings about someone, whether that is someone you've had a relationship with that has ended, or whether this is someone that really feels like a muse in a forward moving like manner, that you could have a relationship with them, and you may be doing a bit of daydreaming about that, okay? Which is all healthy, you know, you're not hurting anyone. Let's find out a bit more information though about this for Gemini. What is happening in the month of April in love for Gemini, please, Spirit? Okay. What else is happening in the month? I'm going to take that. It almost didn't want to come out that though. So interesting that it's the Three of Cups. Sorry, I'm like deep in thought about this situation. I'm actually going to get some of these cards because I don't want to misread this message. What else is at play here? One more. You may have actually been telling someone how you feel about the ways in which they have wronged you, okay? And I don't feel like, look, you may get an apology from this person, and I do get a sense that this feels very much like the Aries reading, okay? And it doesn't start off the same way, but I think it's coming at it from another angle. So if you have Aries placements, go and watch that as well, please. This does feel like, okay, you've got a lot of burdens on your mind, but I do feel like you're choosing to not see another perspective. And there's a sense of righteousness here, and I do get a sense of you digested your feelings about this. So I do feel like you're having a nice balance between feelings and logic, okay? So mind and heart. And I think that you are done seeing other perspectives of this situation. I think you're done seeing other perspectives. You have had awakenings about what was really going on here, but it's like the end of your tether. With this Ten of Wands, I really feel like you're walking away, you're putting the burdens down, you're just saying, no more, thank you. I no longer want to stay in this limbo position. And in fact, I don't even want to stay on this bloody tree. Like, I'm out, completely out. There's a sense that there was a lot of passion with this person at some point, but it feels like that passion quickly became something that became quite toxic, and it might have been the only thread that was keeping you two together. With the keys on a ring, it feels like there was promise, there was potential, but there wasn't really any forward progress, okay? So it was like someone who was all talk but not walking the walk. And it may have really triggered your own emotions here, really triggered your own behavior, triggered an awakening within you, triggered you to look closely at your feelings and then communicate exactly how you feel. There is a sense that there could have been a third party at play here. Or also I get a sense that there could have been alcohol involved in some way, shape or form. With the Three of Cups in this depiction and all the people facing the other direction, it's like something was hidden from you when it comes to other people that this King of Wands was engaging with. Okay, this King of Wands, whatever their gender, this is an energy sense. This is someone who is in their ego. This is someone who is pretty aggressive, someone that when challenged, okay, and especially if you're saying, look, I'm not going to see things in your shoes anymore, it feels like you've been gaslit, it feels like you've been love bombed, it feels like you've been manipulated by this King of Wands energy, and you're actually like, no more seeing it differently. I'm actually like balancing feelings and like head and heart, and I'm walking away from this situation because I don't want to be put in a third party situation. I don't even want the chance of that happening. And to think that I almost gave you the key to my heart, to think that you, and it's interesting, there's 3 keys and there's 3 people here. Okay, so it does feel like this person had options and they just weren't like honest with you. They weren't truthful with you. Look, you had insane chemistry, you had a lot of fun together, but I think there was a lot of I think this person really knows what they've done and really knows what they were doing, and they just weren't honest with you. And that I get a sense that you were deeply looking in the mirror at yourself and asking yourself, well, why is this happening to me? Or what do I need to improve? What can I do better to make this situation better? With the bees and the busy bee energy over here, you know, this feels like someone who sustained your curiosity for too long. You know, you were like, oh, they're so mysterious, right? With that moon energy, you can often talk about mystery. And someone who is moody as well. You may have been dealing with someone who is hot and cold. But they almost conditioned you to believe that you were wrong, and they conditioned you to believe that there's not as many options for you, right? Because this Mercury in communication card, you've got all these satellites moving all around and all the information technology running around the earth. It's all these messages and pings going all across the earth, right? And that gives you plenty of options. That gives you plenty of options, Gemini. You get plenty of options. And this might have been you. I don't want to call you out, but it feels like another person, possibly a fire sign. And I just think that this person gaslit you into believing that there was no other option for you. And that this narrative was your story to hold on to, okay? They wanted to keep you in a state of limbo, all right? With the Hangman upright, they wanted to keep you in a state of limbo, and they wanted you to see their perspective, but their perspective was shadowed, okay? Their perspective was only the narrative that they wanted to feed you. And they were really trying to get inside your mind by manipulating your feelings. You may be someone who resonates as a highly sensitive person or an empath, someone very compassionate, and this person really took advantage of that. And I'm so sorry about that, Gemini. And I'm sorry if I'm like revealing what you thought all along about someone right now. But let's get more information on this. I want to know what's happening forward, okay? Because I hate leaving like readings with this kind of energy. All right. What's happening in the future with love? Look, I can't deny that you're going to have a sense of failure about this relationship because you did think that it was going to go further. Look, you knew it was unconventional. There may have been an age gap here. There may have been like a distance that needed to be traversed between the two of you. It might have been long distance. It might have been a cultural difference. You know, it might have even been same sex or something like that. There was some kind of insane chemistry that you were really having fun with. You really saw this changing your perspective. Computer really agreed with that kind of notion as well. So but you've been strung along here. You've definitely been strung along. What I'm seeing is you're going to feel like a sense of failure in this, but what you're going to soon realize is that you were the treasure, okay? Their loss, okay? They lost out. And in fact, I actually think that this person is going to feel absolutely shite about themselves, and so they should. Honestly, it's like you can play the love game however you want, but if you're hurting other people along the way, like, is that necessary? Really? Is it necessary? I think you're really someone who is realizing the value in clear communication, and how communication is literally the gold. It's the honey. It's the richness that amplifies people's feelings, and you want someone that's going to come through with emotional equilibrium, someone with emotional balance, someone with a high emotional IQ, okay? And I think you're realizing, I dodged a bullet here. I've been set free. I am the treasure. The treasure lies ahead. Look at all this satellite energy. You know, look at all the potential that there is out there in the world for me. And I really don't think you're going to stay in this Six of Wands energy of feeling like you're a failure for too long. You've also got the Seven of Wands at the bottom of the deck. So you are going to come across in the future a little bit guarded, a little bit like protecting your heart. But there you are. There's your compassionate nature, your Queen of Cups energy that I really felt, that empathic, compassionate, nurturing, okay? You might have even fallen into like a mothering role. And therefore this person really took advantage in the acts of service that you were offering as well, not just your emotional support person, you know. But I think that they were getting their needs met in other ways, whether it was through alcohol and bad behavior, whether it was through, you know, texting and communicating with other people, or whether it was literally cheating and they had multiple keys to multiple other people's hearts on a string here. And yuck, you know, like, just communicate what you actually want. And if you're looking for an open relationship, then I'm not it, you know. It's that kind of energy. You've also got the Star on the bottom of the deck, so this is going to be some healing time for you, and a time for you to focus on you and your best wishes, okay? So what's important to you? What now do you look for? What is your wish fulfillment? If you're protecting yourself a little bit and you're protecting yourself from other people, you're not actually closing off your heart. I think what you're protecting yourself from is having the rose-colored glasses on again, okay? I think you're really going to start to see things for what they are. And when it's like night and you're wishing upon a star, you're also going to wish upon the sun, because you know that when it's nighttime, there's too many like boogeymen out there, if you know what I mean. It's like, there's a world of possibility for sure, but you also want to make sure that you're seeing love in a brand new day. Every time that you come into a new connection, you're kind of like looking at it much more clearly and much more like authentically to, okay, how does this person make me feel? How do they communicate with me? And are we like on the same level? Can I, do my feelings feel supported? Do my feelings feel addressed? And can I communicate with this person to make sure that happens? And if there's rebuttal there, if there's comeback, if there's pushback, then I need to protect myself, and I know that then that I need to move on, okay? There is very much a sense of that. So good on you. This is very much a learning curve. If this is a long-term relationship that you're in and you're happily married or something like that, this may just be something that they miscommunicated about something that you feel really deceived by, and there is going to be some wounds that you're going to need to work on. And look, you may have to turn that hangman perspective around to see it from their side. But I do feel it's a sense of, look, mirror, mirror, you're going to have to turn your ego around so that you can have a look at that perspective as well. You know, you're saying that to the other person in your marriage or connection, okay? So take it only how it resonates, of course. There's different messages. Even sometimes I say things that, you know, I don't focus on, but it's like that one thing that just triggers you to go, oh, that one sentence was for me, okay? So let's get some more information. What's some advice here for Gemini in April in dealing with this situation? What's some advice? I'm gonna take that too. Oops. Yeah, look, you're gonna feel like a bit of a failure, but not for too long. You're gonna protect yourself, but not to the point where you completely close off to love altogether. This is really healing. This is really up-leveling for you. This is like, I got my game back, you know? It's their loss. I really feel like you're like, whoopsie, sucker, you know? But you're not out here to hurt anyone. You're just seeing it very for what it is. And I think your emotional intelligence is coming back strong after this experience. If there's risk at the, like in reverse, I'm actually going to keep it in reverse like that. Risk. So it feels like you took a risk on this person and it didn't pay off. So whoopsie. I'm going to chalk it up to experience, but also you're going to be careful about taking risks in the future. Okay. You've also got stare, stare, stare. That was also in reverse. So I think there was a very tantric pull towards this person, very passionate. Of course, you know, they were very charming at times, but not all the time. Then they could be, you know, scary to a degree. But I'm also thinking that this stare, stare, stare is like that not willing to see your side anymore. I'm not going to let the wool be pulled over my eyes anymore. And in fact, I'm just going to like get a bit of more introspection about my feelings and then be very, very clear about them going forward. There is a spiritual sense of like looking within with this purple on this card. Okay, let's get one more. Let's get some advice for Gemini in this situation. Advice for Gemini in April. Advice for Gemini, please, Spirit. I'll take that. Appreciate that everyone has a reason for doing what they do, for feeling how they feel, and for being where they are. Excuse me. Know this of others and remember it of yourself. Look, I just choked on that. I think this person really, they're going to know what they've done. They've known all along. They've really been choking. I'm holding my like throat chakra. They've really been choking on addressing and communicating their true feelings. I think this person is very wounded. They've got a lot of things that they need to work on, and they're trying to self-medicate with some kind of extracurricular activity that really isn't serving them. And so you don't have any hate for this person, because I think you saw that all along. You knew there was a risk going into this. You knew there was insane chemistry here. But you've also been mirrored some wounds that maybe you had left over that you needed to work on. And so you're appreciating the humanness within you that experienced this, that allowed yourself, that co-contributed to this situation. And you're also seeing the humanness in this person, in the behavior that they did, although, you know, you don't condone bad behavior and you don't accept it for yourself. You kind of do have an understanding, and wow, what a beautiful, compassionate person you really are. That is rare, Gemini, that you understand, look, they're going through what they're going through. I obviously had to have this experience. It was a spiritual divine connection for some reason, karmic perhaps, a karmic soulmate even. But look, I need to move on, and I need to focus on me and what's best for me. Give yourself permission to say no. Yeah, that's that hangman in reverse energy, I feel. It's like you saying, no, that we're done here. Thank you very much. I don't need any more excuses. I don't need any more explanations. I don't need any more false promises. And I don't need any more words that do not match your actions. Okay. So I'm sending you so much love in this situation, Gemini. I think a lot of us can resonate with this. Yeah, look after your beautiful selves. There is hope, and this is very much hope. Okay. There's hope in the future, and let's look forward to that. Okay. Process your healing, because you're doing a beautiful job at it. I love you guys. Thank you so much for being here. I'll see you in the next one. Bye.